On this episode of The Garden Begins, I'm going to be visiting a friend today who's going to help me plan my garden for next year and also get me set up to do some gardening right now in the winter in the Midwest. It can be done, and we're going to show you how on The Garden Begins. All right, so I'm on my break for lunch, and I thought we'd head over and see Heather at Rational Solutions for Farming. She's going to help me plan my garden for next year, but in this episode, she's going to show us how we can actually garden right now in the winter in the Midwest. We're almost there, so stand by. Okay, Heather, tell us about Rational Solutions for Farming. What is it? What does it mean?
Well, what we are hoping to achieve is being able to help people make a transition from traditional gardening into a gardening that is using a new product with LED lights and the hydroponic systems. They've been around for a while, but we're hoping that they're going to gain more popularity. And definitely for people in cold weather climates that
like we have here.
Exactly, that are severely cut off, for months out of the year and can't do anything. And people who love to garden want to keep gardening. They don't want to have to sit and twiddle their thumbs all year long. So we're trying to provide an outlet that you can have your fresh vegetables all year long, or flowers if that's your passion. You can put any kind of flower that you want in there. And using the nutrients, you can still achieve the same kind of flavors and yields that you would get in an outdoor garden, except in a much smaller space. And you're able to control your environment more.
Right.
With a setup like this, you don't have to worry about the weather. Like this past summer was just horrible with all the rain. I mean, people lost so many tomato crops with that and other vegetables. So with this, you don't have to worry about insects, you don't have to worry about a bunch of diseases because it's not being transferred over from the soil. And then you can control the climate a little bit better and hopefully get, a reliable harvest out of it instead of hoping, maybe not everything's going to be washed away or fried out with a drought or, whatever it is that's happening this year. So.
And why were you changing the nutrients in this one? Can you kind of explain to our viewers?
Because I'm seeing that this wants some more potassium, and the flowering nutrients have more potassium in it.
Okay.
So.
So give me an idea. I'm gonna try this Smart Pot aeration container. I'm gonna try it with the Sunshine Advanced Mix.
Yep.
What will be my best plants to grow in here if I wanted to do some vegetables?
If you wanted to do some vegetables, I don't know if there would be a best one. I liked the lettuce because I wouldn't have to worry about rinsing anything off. Just like the garden, you can take something out. If you had a really large one, you could actually do some root crops in here, like carrots and things like that. Yeah. Maybe even some potatoes. So.
Do you think I could do maybe at least a pepper or two?
Oh, I think in the 5-gallon one, you could probably do 3 pepper plants.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
So maybe some peppers. I'll do some lettuce and maybe the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How will cucumbers do okay in something like this?
I
Should I
don't
give it a
see
shot?
why, you know, you could. The thing I would be concerned about is once they start growing over with their vines, this isn't strong. I don't know if it would start pulling on the side and some dirt might start leaking out of it because
Okay.
it's pulling on the sides when it's going over.
Okay.
So definitely plants, you know, that grow up. I don't think vines would be the best thing in there, but I'm actually curious now about doing some carrots in there because I love carrots so much. And
You know, maybe I will. I'm thinking about doing something so that, you know, I can kind of harvest some fresh salad kind of stuff.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
see
You
how that
could
goes.
easily do like just one of these smaller ones. You could do those seed packets that are a whole salad mix in there.
Right.
You could do that in there. Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And you just have a whole different mix. But peppers, I think, would be great. Tomatoes, you would definitely need one of the larger ones because they do grow such a large root system.
Right.
But then again, you need to cage them, so I don't know how it would
That
work,
will work.
sticking the cage in there.
Well, some of
so-
this is a trial and error
It
kind of
is,
process,
yeah. I've
which is
had
kind of
these for
what
about
makes
a
it
month
fun.
now, so
Yeah.
I'm still learning about these. But
Tell us about your website and what folks can find there.
what they can find on there is anything that Hydro Farm produces. They take everything from CO2 machines to hydroponics to potting soil to pH testing systems to lights. They carry the whole gamut. Anything that you would need to make an indoor garden, Hydro Farm makes in various shapes, sizes, you know, wattage powers, anything that you would need. So we carry every product on that website.
Okay, so we got some stuff loaded in the back of the car for the garden. I got to get back to work here shortly, but I thought we'd take a drive over to the park and take a look at some nature scenes out there as we wrap up this edition of The Garden Begins. It's cold out there. Winter is just around the corner in our part of the country. However, I'm going to be doing some gardening. Thanks for checking us out on The Garden Begins.